Hey people, Indrid here, 1v1 on Hard Rock. On the blue side, you have Farlon rocking the Orcs. Maybe we'll see the Shaman. Green side, the Mad Hat with the Elves. Are we going to see another Ranger and Occultist? I assume so. I don't think I've seen anyone ever play the Shaman. And the Druid is pretty rare. Yeah, there's the Ranger. And Farlon indeed does have the Occultist. This guy is a powerhouse in combat. Basically sacrifices health to use abilities rather than focus. Popping the Demonic Pact there, and look at the damage. 2 hits clear on those guys. Demonic Pact means while he's standing in the Pact area, does like 130% more damage or something crazy, and can hit 2 more targets per swing. But if he leaves the Pact, takes damage over time. So maybe the Ranger can bullseye and hit him out of the Pact. Got some harassment from the Warg Rider as a ranged weapon, chucks that spear. And it is an Orc here, it's not a Goblin on there. It's a fully fledged Orc fella. Wolf is up for the Ranger, of course. Hail of Arrows, Wolf, True Shot, Bullseye is typically what the Ranger goes for. What did we see for the Orcs here? Looks like a standard opening, otherwise you'd see another hunting cabin by now. So it's going to be 5 wood, 2 food. Yeah, there's a second hunting cabin. There'll be 1 more lumber mill coming in. So we're probably not going to see a horde of goblins early on. Looks like the Warg Rider was taken out. Just pincered between the Wolf and the Pathfinder. The Warg Rider doesn't have any... In fact, I think it has strike weakness. A weakness to melee strike damage. Cultist at level 2. Surely you can't take on this yet. No, he's gone off to slay some of this. You see the aggressive expansion from Farlon, the Orc player. Orcs really need to expand pretty fast. Require pretty much all the resources to get things done, especially stone. They require quite a lot of stone to upgrade their stuff and also unlock new units and also actually produce their units. Their early ranged unit, the Pesterer, requires stone. I guess they have stone arrowheads or something. Should be able to deal with this lone zombie that's broken off here. They might meet in the northeast. The Wolf isn't here. Throwing up these standards to get that health regen, of course. This group can be pretty nasty. Got a big Revenant Knight with a armored boon. Resistances can be pretty key for the Occultist because he's always sacrificing health and stuff. Oh, here he is. Pact goes up. Can he do this at level 2 with the help of the scouting post? Looks like it. Cleaving through these guys. And there's a Lacerate. Levels to 3. Lacerate is damage and bleed, I think. Yes. And the Occultist can do a bunch of stuff off the bleeds. They have that done, I think. What are their capstones again? Oh, they have this constant aura to do damage and slow stuff, and sanguine burst to really mess up something that's bleeding. They have this, more resistances when you're below a certain amount of health. I don't know if they bother with this. Looks like he's just going full on brute force here, just to make this guy as scary as possible. And Blood Harvest to passively get some health back when stuff dies. And there's Nullify. Nullify's now in. It's like an AoE stun, pull, slow down type thing. It's pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. And let's just check the Ranger. Bullseye, True Shot, Hail of Arrows, and there's the Wolf, standard stuff. So they got a good clear there. Up to level 3, the Ranger. Is that the upgraded bow?
I'm ready to join.
Maybe. Yeah, she's got a purple bow up. Doing 105 magic damage per shot. Farlon will probably upgrade the armor of the Occultist before anything else. Pops the potion there. Demonic Pact. There's the Bullseye out of the Pact. Oh, I don't think it was far enough out. I think that was technically still inside of it. Wipes out the Wolf, but should go down here surely. Pops under the potion. Smack. Can they get it done? There's Lacerate. I think they can do this. Wolf is up again. Ouch. That was a true shot, and there's the kill. We now have to wait for the fella to respawn. Not sure if Mad Hat can do much with this. We got some scoundrels in play. Your basic orc unit, I guess they are technically goblins. 25 damage per swing. No strike resistance, 500 hit points. You do get 2 at a time though. I don't think there are any upgrades that directly benefit goblin units. We got some pesterers here, aside from the one that lets you get 3 at a time instead. But the damage and armor upgrades you get are only for non-goblin units, I think. I think it specifically says that. There's the war pit. This is how you upgrade and unlock. This is how you unlock new units. And as you can see, they all take stone. You need quite a lot of stone for orcs to progress. Probably has 2 of them up somewhere. Not in the home sector because they don't have any workers spare. Pesterers and scoundrels trying to take care of these fellas. The occultist has their upgraded armor there. This is the purple level one. So good resistances. Chucked in a quick lacerate. Didn't want to use the demonic pact. Levels to 4. You got a stone cutter here, although needs workers. Stone cutter here as well. Ranger has capped some forward points and is actually shrining up in the northernmost one. Elves can operate quite well without a lot of territory. They get a lot of workers in their sectors as well, and a lot of workers per building as well. Ranger trying to harass things, but she's going to die. Fair enough. That was a good, well-timed nullify there as she was trying to Stone of Homecoming away, I think. Look at the damage this occultist is doing. 147 per swing. That's without demonic pact up, of course. Did you upgrade the sword as well? Still a green sword. That's just all from brute force. There are obelisks on this map. Maybe we'll get to see some big fellas. Where's that occultist going up to? Just smacking some banners. Still a bunch of undead fellas here. Pesterers are pathing through them. This can be a problem with Pesterers. You get so many models that they can take a while to start shooting because they all fan out in that semicircle. Oh, we got a war drummer, almost dead. This thing grants empowered to nearby units. One of the ways you can pump up your goblins' damage output. Would take the Pesterers up to 26. I think it's a 30% in power. See the occultist just cleaving through stuff while the Pesterers pester. Yeah, there it is. Empowered for 30%. Just mass Pesterers, I guess. Oh, here's the aura. Got the capstone aura at level 5 there. What's it called again? Blood like tar. Applies bleeding, applies impaired, and of course they can do stuff off that bleeding. They can heal off it, I think, and they can also do that big damage spike. Capstone the other side. I'll grab this central sector here. What is this? Got some guardians up for Mad Hat. I don't know if they can fight that many Pesterers, especially with that occultist, that brute of an occultist. Maybe with a well-timed bullseye and switching the guardians to range, they can mess him up. It's a lot of Pesterers. That's a good Hail of Arrows. Hail of Arrows combined with the Wanderers could do some really good work later on. Wanderers with the arrows that bounce. We might see Farlon just transitioning into brutes and stuff, where they'll be slightly less useful. Wardens, I think, for those fellas, if we see them. More guardians here. Just pulled out. And didn't take the potions that these fellas dropped. Shrine of Growth is going to go down. You can get a Shrine of Thorns as well, which is like a dedicated military sector building kind of thing. You can't build off it, but you can. It has some good defenses. War Drummer would be a good target as well, of course. Stop the buffs. They only smack their drum in combat, do they? So it takes the Scoundrels up to 32 damage per swing. Not bad, especially if we can get 3 at a time. Oh, I need to put this thing up. There we go. The Mad Hat is spending iron already, suggesting Wanderers are going to hit the field soon. Got the Arcane Smithy. Oh, the Protectors with the AoE Spear Strike thing would do a lot of work on the front lines against these Goblin fellas. Farlon going for the northernmost sectors here. Notice that the aura for the Occultist, he has to reserve some of his health rather than some of his focus, since that's his thing. Look at that firing semicircle of goblins there. It takes them so long to get into position. You can try and mitigate it by having 2 control groups and keeping one ahead of the other, so you get 2 smaller semicircles. Looks like he's got his fancy sword now, the Occultist. There's Demonic Pact to get this thing down quicker. I don't see a response from Mad Hat. They're just trying to take some of these closer sectors here. Now, where is the iron on this map? Oh, it's kind of close. That's why they're taking this one. There is one close there, though, but they needing a lot of iron elves to get their units running. Get them rolling. With Orcs, you need to upgrade your population at the economy building, I believe, for Orcs. The Forge. And then there's a Blood Forge or something it's called to upgrade your units. Can they pepper down this Ranger? There's that hail of arrows. Guardians are in there. All getting messed up by that aura. Blood like tar. Fought them off. Took a bunch of damage doing so, but they fought them off. More Pesterers. Do they have iron going? I don't see any yet. What about you? We do have a full iron mine here. The Mad Hat. And a Protector up. Provides that defensive aura to nearby units. The Phalanx. 2020, is it? Yeah, 2020. Not bad. Not bad at all. And you can upgrade these guys to have a spear that strikes in AoE. Which should cleave through these little goblin fellas. Got 2 war drummers now. Only 500 hit points, though. You can spike them down pretty easily. Which would depower a bunch of these goblins. But then you're letting the Occultists get into your lines, potentially. Doesn't want to push their luck here. Just starting to build their army. They don't want a catastrophic engagement. Have a couple of Protectors up now. Sticking in melee because of the weaknesses to strike on these goblins. Another Wild Rider up. Interesting to see. Bullseye on the Occultist. There is one brave Guardian going up against him. Going to get destroyed, got lacerated and taken down. It's not a fantastic fight for Mad Hat. Lost a couple of Guardians and a Protector. I don't think they killed enough Goblins for it to be worth it. Look at the massive semicircle of them. And the Warg Riders just add to it. We've got a lot of Warg Riders here. Might see a Orc cavalry build. That'd be cool. I think they're going to take this down. Another Warg Rider. Yeah, let's see loads of them. Can I find the Blood Forge thing? Warg Riders are Orcs, so they should benefit from all the upgrades in there. Probably to... Oh, there's the Forge. Which is where economic upgrades and population upgrades are. They're getting messed up. Mad Hat's doing some trading. This went down as I was looking for stuff there. You guys gonna go and harass stuff? What are you up to? Yeah, look at this. This Warg Rider squad. Hit and run. They can't keep up with them. You do have some Wanderers here. With those arrows that bounce. And upgraded spears are in for the Protectors. There's quite a lot of Wanderers, actually. Wolf also hanging out in there. Farlon probably banking their iron to do upgrades at the moment. Wargs are just 6 food, I believe. So they can spam them out for now. Just trying to find the Orc upgrade building. Just might not be up yet. Oh, there it is. Bloodforge. Right on the north of the map. You can upgrade the Warg Riders. Now tougher, increased damage and range, and can attack flying units. There's a hell of an upgrade. Yeah, they all cost iron, all these upgrades. All the Shaman ones and the Wyvern ones take the Black Ash stuff.
We're being attacked.
We won't see those for a while. Looks like a good hit for Mad Hat. Not sure. Oh, there's the army of Warg. How quickly can they bash this shrine here? Oh, they are upgraded. 14-meter range now. 30 damage per. Not bad, given their mobility. Not sure how you'd respond to that. Probably the Elf Flyers, the Ice Phoenix fellas. It's a tough unit to get out in mass, though. Massive group of goblins. Keeping their armies split here, Farlon. Typically a really good way to go. 2 discrete armies, one super mobile, one that can stand and fight. If you have the micro for it, that is. Can they get this protector down? I think they're gonna. 35 health. Maybe. That blood like tar is nuts. It's constant bleed. Constant slow. Okay, Elves coming in to defend. There's the bullseye. Protectors are positioned relatively well, trying to split them out so the buff affects more stuff. Ballista, are you shooting? They got the Occultist down. Cleaned up pretty nicely there. Where are the Warg Riders are up here. And some Ravagers going in. Big damage from these guys, but they're kind of glass cannony. I mean, they have good resistances, but kind of low health on these fellas. 1100. I'm not sure how expensive they are. Perhaps we can find out, eh?
We're under attack.
Where are the Ravagers? There they are. They're 9-4. So, more top heavy on food rather than a bunch of iron, but 1100 hit points. They are getting upgrades, of course, from the Bloodforge. Because there's an Orc on there, not a little goblin fella. I'm liking this Orky cavalry build. The Warg Riders are falling quite fast, but the Ravagers should be able to hold up a lot better with those resistances. And almost double the health of the Warg Riders. Got some Ballistae. It's a good amount of Protectors as well. And a good amount of Wanderers. It's a decently balanced army here for Mad Hat. They could do some real good work here. So I see a lot of stuff though. Look, Pesterers coming out in 3s. Sorry, Scoundrels coming out in 3s. Look how quickly Farlon can recover with the Goblins. It's a quick bash though. For Mad Hat, that is a quick bash. There's the defense. Puts your siege in trouble when you do this, when you come in with your stone like this, because it puts them right anywhere. Can't really predict where they're going to go. It could be right at the front. Some low health Ravagers getting away. No Wardens that I can see yet. And yeah, look how quick the Warg Riders are, and the Ravagers. Can't chase at all. And they can't use Stone of Homecoming that much. Might just get outmaneuvered here. You'd kind of expect Elves to be super mobile in terms of standard fantasy tropes. But don't have that powerful cavalry unit. And their flyers are late game. There's a lot of Ravagers. Upgraded Ravagers too. Occultist is back here. Lacerating, bleeding stuff, trying to keep the Wanderers away. Ravagers just charging through. Chasing down the Ranger here. Gonna get her, I think. One more touch. Down she goes. Good fight, I think, in the end, though, for Mad Hat. There's a lot of elves here still. Bunch of Pesterers just smacking on a ballista. Yeah, they dealt with it. They dealt with all the cavalry. I mean, they're going to have the advantage in the stand-up fight. The Protectors are kind of beastly here. Occultists can't carry all that weight. Goblins die in droves. If you're not hitting and running with your cavalry, you might struggle a bit, but Farlon should be able to recover a lot quicker. Just pumping out Pesterers and Scoundrels with food and little stone. Ravagers only 4 metal each, iron. Just spent a lot of it there, Farlon. There's a bunch of upgrades as well in the Bloodforge. You're like tiers up. Let me check what they're up to. Yeah, they're getting up there. Lots of upgrades for the cavalry. Can they get the shrine? Where's the response? Oh, these guys are hitting their own areas. The ranger's still down. I see tons of stuff moving out of Farlon's territory here, just being replaced. Making the stand here now is the Mad Hat. Look how blue the map is. Might start to get suffocated here. We do have a bunch of Wardens now. Massive damage per hit on those guys. Goblins are getting it done. I don't think they gave up getting drummers, though. Just using the goblins to screen for the cavalry. More goblins on the way. What's this? Yet more goblins. Cleaning up some northern areas here. This place doesn't have a central structure, so they couldn't build any more stuff. Is this enough to deal with it? So a lot of protectors. I didn't expect this many protectors. Expected way more ranged. I guess they want a solid front line, eh? Ranger is back. Where are you? Making their way towards the army. Only 4 sectors are green now. Tons of resources coming in. 39 a minute there. Only 19 a minute food for Mad Hat. It's a lot of orcs. I love the goblin hordes. They look so cool. Occultist looking pretty badass as well. Have they split off again? No, I think they're all here. They don't seem to be splitting their cavalry as much as they were. Oh, yes, they have. Over here, look. Oh, they've run into the elves. And now they just leave. Don't have any ballista anymore. I don't see the wolf anymore either. Here's the defense from Farlon. Big nullify. Drags the ranger into all sorts of trouble. There's bullseye on the occultist. Demonic pact is up. They're just trying to move out of it. Talk about an effect on the battlefield. That blood-like tar is so good. Helps you chase even more efficiently with your cavalry when you're slowing everything down. Ravagers are getting picked off relatively easily though, I feel like. That 1100 health doesn't help them, eh? 4 iron. I don't know. Seems a little bit low. Cultist pops a potion. Standing up to all sorts of stuff. Is going to go down here though, I think. Down he goes. Mad Hat is winning a lot of the stand-up fights, but because of this, Farlon can just get around them and hit places. And they're having real trouble controlling map here. I mean, even though they don't wanna, they don't need to control all of it. You want to deny it to an Orc player for sure. You don't want them to have all these sectors. They haven't been able to stop it. Still a bunch of protectors up though. It's a decent little army there. And they catch this cavalry horde. A drummer in play to support those fellas. So quick. The Occultist is still down. Where are they heading for? Heading through the central bridge. They should have Stone of Homecoming to respond to whatever happens here. The Mad Hat, that is. They're going into a deep territory. Where the iron is. Look how expanded the iron mine is right now. There's the defense. They can't lose their iron. They responded very strongly there. Occultist is back up. Do have a ballista in. But look at the mobility. Get into an unfavorable fight. Just leave. So quick. That's like 4 or 5 times quicker, it feels like, across the ground than the Elves. It's nowhere near them. Iron mine going down over here. Maybe. And here there's the defense. We do have a level 7 ranger. Not sure what the Occultist is right now. Here he is. He's level 7 as well. There's the Ravager brood. How many are in there? A dozen at least, it seems like. Just can't catch them. Cannot catch them. They're going to go after the groves here, maybe. Nope, going straight for the shrine. And there's another group of cavalry up here. Yeah, Mad Hat just gives up. Just could not deal with that mobility. What could they do? Bunch of protectors. Great when they stand and fight, but if they don't... Had so much map. They did well teching up and stuff, I think. The elf player. Got those wanderers rolling. Had some good fights. But the Occultist carried the early game. And the cavalry was awesome to see late game. Just run in and place it. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see ya next time.